Yeah, so now I'll discuss subscription business framework and evolution of a subscriber from how they are focusing on uh, one metric and then moving to another. So before that, let's spend some time on discussing this flywheel, where you start with a business plan, agree on the revenue model and cost structure, move to execute that business plan by fixing your various strategies on paywall, on content, on payment, on pricing, on support tools, on support, on tool selection. Tool selection is also, I think, is one of the most difficult things, because you have never done this in past, and you don't know which tool to choose from, and especially let's say the paywall, your subscription tool. There's so many options in the market, and there are very less reviews available, because the lifetime of this lifetime of using a tool and then getting reviews out of it, how it is working. So I think publishers market in India has not crossed that that lifetime yet. So that's why it is also very challenging to find which tool to select. The next is setting up your marketing, setting up revisiting your target segments, your communication strategy, then what should be your your conversion plan, setting up CRO and everything. Work with bring in Izuto and utilize push notification in the most optimal way. And maybe you will find that when you are moving from a plain media to a subscription media, I think you will change your push notification strategy completely. And Vivek, you would have seen some of the subscription businesses who have drastically changed their way of using Izuto.
Yes, they have, right? We have seen now at least a bunch of publishers in the US who are now so much more focused on conversion than just pure plain distribution of content, right?
Mm-hmm.
They have literally sort of split their push notification strategy into 2:2. So if they're doing, let's say, 4 notifications in a week, 2 notifications are going for their paid content, which is where they're trying to incentivize people to buy in, to take a trial, right? And 2 are going to sort of engage the mass audience at large. Yeah.
And this may also lead, like we have experienced that this also leads to a lot of people unsubscribing to to push notification or to your emails, because now you are promoting like an e-commerce, and there are various ways that you can use to ensure that you are in between, where you are giving them enough material, enough reasons to come to your website, to stay as a part of your community, and at the same time giving them enough reason to become a subscriber. So there is a thin line that I think publishers should keep in mind when they are sending this information on a regular basis, and avoid the people unsubscribing. And I think this metric is also very important when you start the subscription business. So all the publishers here, I would request that you should start focusing on unsubscribe rates as well when you start your subscription business. And another important aspect is, Vivek, that which I have seen is quite overwhelming for a lot of publishers, is to set up the analytics. It's Google Analytics is not meant for subscription business, so you have to customize it a lot, or bring in the likes of Amplitude or Mixpanel, and implementing them is a nightmare, because you don't have a playbook. What all events to be captured there, how to read those events, or custom dimension, how to make right set of reports. So I think enough time should be spent on this to figure out your analytics and reporting strategy, because this is like this is a flywheel that again, once you have set up your business plan, your product, your marketing, your analytics, and your experimentation strategy. So you have to experiment, you have to design your test cases, spend time and resources who are deriving enough experiments, keeping a logbook of saving all your experiments at one place, so that at any point in time people can refer that what has happened when we did a paywall strategy, what has happened when we sent out an email mentioning a specific offer. So this is very important, and once your experiments are finished, they will help you to revise your business plan, because now you have completed a cycle, and then it's a time that you should revisit that. Has your business plan worked in a way that you predicted? Where your assumptions were incorrect? Then it is a time to tweak your uh, assumptions, and again make your business plan and model accurate, and increase the pie, increase the size of your frame, of your flywheel.
Okay, I had a question for you, right? Uh, well, there is some sort of clarity that people have when they're looking at software churn, right? So, for example, in case of SMB, SMB software churn we should focus on keeping the churn below 5%, right? For example, if it is enterprise software, we should keep it below 1%, and so on, right? In case of such low priced, such low ticket product offering, right? What kind of churn metrics have you seen in your experience, right, that people should be optimizing for? Because what happens is this, right? My first reaction when I heard the churn numbers from a publisher is that I would never in my life ever again attempt this business, right? But that's just assuming that the business is only and only surviving on subscription revenue, right? Which is extreme position, right? And coming from a software industry, that was an extreme but wrong stand also, right? Churn is a reality of business, and I think everyone sort of accepts it at this point in time. What have you seen, right? Not getting surprised at what number will you not be surprised?
So it could be. I have seen. I have not seen a lot of retention cycles so far. So I have seen a couple of retention cycles so far, because in India it's except for business standard, if you move away from business standard and let's say the Ken, the market is hardly 2.5 years old. Yeah. So the churn would be, I have seen that half of your subscribers go away within a year, and this is the reality, a very harsh reality, because your acquisition costs are too high, and you are relying, when you create the business plan, you create for the LTV of 3 years, that at least these guys will pay 3,500 for 3 years, and you're spending 5,000 to acquire the customer in the first stage, and then you see that 50% churn that you have never calculated, or you have never estimated, or you're never ready for this kind of churn. But that's the market reality, and I think uh, there is a lot to learn in this space. And Vivek, this is the reason of the reason which I could figure out with my experiences is the experience. So you have to ensure acquisition is not the acquisition should not be the target. It Retention should be the target, and this should be from day one. The moment I have acquired you, my focus is to retain you. And if with that mentality, if publishers in India start acquiring customers and they focus on the customer experience, I think it would be a very, very different market. So it reminds me of one of the instances in a large telecom that I've worked a couple of years back. So where
did we lose Ankit right now? Or is my internet?
Yeah, no, I think he's stuck.
I think it's Ankit's internet, right?
Yeah.
All right, we just give him a couple of minutes, and he should be back, right? I think this is customer
spending only 70%.
Be back.
So there is
for last 2 minutes we lost you. After the point where you said you were working for a large telecom player in India, that's when we just lost you completely. If you could just come back again, please.
So I was telling about the large telecom player that I've worked with, and so there, we wanted to reduce some costs, and wanted to be a little effective in our campaigns. So we spent a couple of weeks and found out a strategy that could easily give us 30% reduction in our costs. And I mean, the strategy was saying that we should be able to achieve the same kind of output with 30% savings. So there was a mentor of mine, Shubroda. We used to call him Shubroda. So I reached out to him and I shared this perspective that I have come up with a plan. This is my plan, and I should be able to save 30% of the cost. So he said a very brilliant thing, and it was a fundamental point that he made, and which I think has become my mantra, which I think we all should learn from this point. So he said that your ideas are brilliant. I have no doubt that this won't work, but I would be more I would be happier if you can come up. You cannot if you don't focus on cost savings, but if you focus on enhancing the experience, because saving is going to help you one time, while if you are enhancing the customer experience, it is a recurring it's a recurring business. And if you're saving, and if you're focusing on enhancing the experience, that will come to you again and again. And like here we are discussing a flywheel. I think Amazon or other companies globally have focused on the experience part, enhancing experience part, and they have done well. So I think we all should learn from this and try and work on enhancing experience than rather just acquiring customers.